I'm Mark Sponsler from StormSurf.com, and here's the surf forecast for the Hawaiian Islands for the week starting Friday, May 13th. Brought to you by your surf authority, expert advice, and friendly staff, Hawaiian South Shore. We'll start by looking at winds down at the surface. This is the southern hemisphere, New Zealand there, Australia there, Chile there, Ross Ice Shelf right down here in Antarctica. We're looking for storms pushing under New Zealand. There's a small area of winds generating 30, 35 knot southwest winds under New Zealand right now. Maybe trying to get a little traction, but notice most of the fetch is falling south, not aimed at the Hawaiian Islands, not producing any swell of interest. We get into Monday or so, but a more meaningful fetch starts developing southeast of New Zealand with 45 knot winds, aimed a bit better off to the northeast, almost building to 50 knots, about midday Monday, pushing pretty well to the north, but then moving out of the Hawaiian swell window, getting traction, likely generating seas and some swell of interest. And then perhaps another system is forecast behind that, but almost a week out southeast of New Zealand. So there's a little bit of opportunity looking forward. But we're going to go back in time to Monday, about 4 days ago. A gale developed southeast of New Zealand, getting decent traction, producing 36-foot seas right there, up to 37-foot seas. And this was almost due south of Hawaii, and then pushing out of the Hawaiian swell window on Wednesday, with more fetch developing behind that, with seas in the 32-foot range, something like that, on Wednesday, and then additional 26-foot seas fading out on Friday. Swell has been generated by that system and is pushing towards the Hawaiian Islands, expected to arrive on Tuesday. We'll get into the details in just a second. And here's the wave model from that weather model we looked at earlier, looking forward for any additional swell to be generated radiating north. And sure enough, Monday evening into Tuesday, fetch in this area is to get traction, generating 32-foot seas, maybe 33-foot seas, just barely in the Hawaiian swell window, maybe a shot of small southern hemi, very south-angled swell, but then after that, things get pretty quiet. Looking up north, trade winds pushing off of California to the Hawaiian Islands, generating some limited, small, easterly swell in the Hawaiian Islands. That's supposed to somewhat continue but fade. A low-pressure system is forecast over the dateline on Monday, falling southeast with 25-knot winds aimed somewhat at the Hawaiian Islands. There's some thought that maybe some swell will be generated from that. Here's the wave models for that same period of time. You'll see the low starting to spin up over the dateline right there. Nothing impressive at all. 13-foot seas, something in that range. Maybe just some very tiny wind swell on the North Shore forecast. Friday, that would be a week from today, 2 feet at 10 seconds. So really nothing there. The focus is the southern hemi. And specifically this gale south of the Hawaiian Islands again on Tuesday the 10th. Swell from that is supposed to arrive Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, the 17th, maybe 1.3 feet at 17 seconds, so 2-foot Hawaiian, maybe chest-high faces, something like that. Wednesday building to 1.8 feet at 14 to 15 seconds, so 2.5-foot Hawaiian, maybe head-high at tops, south-facing breaks, and pretty much holding on Thursday and Friday, pretty much the same thing. So a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday swell pattern. This is this coming week. For the weekend, though, not a whole lot, just easterly trade wind swell. Looking long-term at the El Nino-La Nina oscillation, cold water still in control of the equatorial Pacific, South America there, Central America, Hawaii right there, New Guinea, Australia there. Cold water dominating, typical signs of La Nina. But right here, this area last week had much colder water. That is starting to moderate. The long-term models suggesting that this will continue to fade, and slowly, little bit at a time, water temperatures in this area will begin to rise into the fall, still below normal, but no longer in La Nina territory, giving us a little bit of hope for the winter to come. So for right now, not a whole lot going on. Pretty quiet pattern until we get into Tuesday of next week. Southern hemi swell starts. Pretty much will continue through the work week. Nothing huge. Chest high, maybe head high, that sort of thing. Fun waves. North Shore, nothing at all until maybe Friday. And then you're lucky if it'll be waist high, something like that. Other than that, we're in summer now. Trade wind swell, A little bit of that coming out of the east, but nothing significant. Trade's backing off some, thank goodness. So that's it for this week. We'll do it again next week. Same time, same channel. Thanks for watching, and do your shopping at Hawaiian South Shore, a great place to get your equipment. Thanks.